The Emmy Awards took place last night, celebrating excellence in television, but that doesn't mean it went off without a hitch, and several scandals took place at the award show. I'm Mackenzie, and let's get into the top 10 celebrity scandals that happened at the Emmys. But first, make sure to subscribe if you're new here. And at number 10, no BIPOC winners. With diversity being the forefront of most award shows these days, many were shocked to learn that not one person of color won any of the major acting awards at the event. Only few people of color won any awards in general, leading the hashtag #EmmySoWhite to trend. During the 3-hour ceremony led by Black host Cedric the Entertainer, it took 2 hours for a person of color to be recognized. That win was for RuPaul Charles and his RuPaul's Drag Race team for Outstanding Competition Program. That win also made RuPaul break the record for the most Emmy wins by a person of color. Many actors of color were favored to win some of the major awards, but the wins never came. And at number 9, The Handmaid's Tale Biggest Loser. The series, based on the best-selling novel by Margaret Atwood, was nominated for a whopping 21 Emmys this year, which isn't really a shock as the show gets recognized at the Emmys each year, and the show has won a total of 15 primetime Emmys overall. But this year the show broke a record that no show ever wants to win, and that's the record for the most Emmy losses in one single night. Although the show had 21 nominations in total last night, it did not win one single award. The show actually beat the previous record held by Mad Men, which was nominated for 17 awards but won none of them. And at number 8, Seth Rogen's COVID rant. Seth Rogen was the first presenter of the night, and he walked on stage cracking jokes like usual. In his monologue, he decided to call out the award show for not being COVID safe. He said in part, quote, "There are way too many of us in this little room. They told me this was outside. Why is there a roof? What are all you people doing?" Adding, quote, "I went from wiping my groceries to having Paul Bettany sneeze in my face." Some felt that he could just be joking, but since he made a point to talk about it for so long, many felt he was genuinely concerned. The night's DJ, Reggie Watts, then had to reassure viewers after the commercial break that CBS was in fact following all recommended health and safety protocols, and all attendees had to be vaccinated along with showing a negative COVID test. And at number 7, WandaVision Flop. WandaVision was one of the standout shows this year and brought tons of attention to the lead actress, Elizabeth Olsen. The show was up for 8 primetime Emmys and did not win a single one. The show was nominated for a slew of other awards at the Creative Arts Emmys from earlier this month and won 3 awards in total. The show received a total of 23 nominations overall and was primed to win 2 big acting awards. Both Kathryn Hahn and Paul Bettany were heavily tipped as the favorites in their categories for limited series drama, but they lost out to other shows like The Queen's Gambit and I May Destroy You. And at number 6, Andrew Cuomo. So this one didn't actually take place at the Emmys last night, but before last night's Emmys, the organization decided to revoke the award they gave to former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo in 2020. Last year when the coronavirus was ravaging New York, Cuomo became a rising star in American politics, and many felt they could trust him to take care of the pandemic. That's why the Emmys awarded him with the International Emmy Founders Award for effective communication and leadership during the COVID-19 pandemic. But then scandal unfolded, and it was revealed that he had sexually intimidated and harassed at least 11 women, along with another scandal involving the placement of COVID patients in nursing homes. All of this combined caused Cuomo to resign as governor on August 10th of 2021, and then by the end of that month, the Emmys revoked the award. Halfway at number 5, Nicki Minaj. Although the Emmys tried to remain apolitical this year, the recent scandal involving Nicki Minaj was too hard to pass up, and the host made a controversial joke about the rapper. Right after the opening number, the host Cedric the Entertainer commented, quote, "We had to get vaxxed to come. I got vaxxed. I did not have a reaction like Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend," clearly referencing a viral tweet where Nicki claimed her cousin's friend's testicles swelled up because of the vaccine. That was not the only vaccination comment either. Ken Jeong did a skit where he's held up by a guard outside the Emmy venue to show proof of vaccination, clearly showing just how top of mind it is. And at number 4, Stephen Colbert's recall joke. The most partisan joke of the night was told by late night host Stephen Colbert, who mocked the fact that California recently had a recall election for their governor Gavin Newsom. He said, quote, "First I have the results of the special recall election for the 2018 Emmy for Outstanding Comedy," joking that the winner of the 2018 award, The Marvelous Miss Maisel, could actually be given to the Marvelous Miss Larry Elder following a recall. Larry Elder is a reference to the Republican candidate who was the favorite to win if Newsom was recalled. Colbert finished off saying, quote, "And it only cost California $275 million. And at number 3, Netflix won the night. Netflix swept the award show last night, with the streaming service nabbing 44 awards total in 2021, the most of any network. The network not only dominated, but it won more than double the total number of awards of its nearest competition, which was HBO and HBO Max, who won 19 awards in total. The streaming service won most of its awards because of the hit show The Crown, as well as limited series The Queen's Gambit. Netflix has been pushing to dominate the awards every year since 2018, and it's usually behind HBO, however that was not the case in 2021. And at number 2, Never Ending speech. The Queen's Gambit was one of the shows that swept the awards, and the show's director and writer, Scott Frank, won the award for Outstanding Directing for a limited or anthology series or movie. But his speech is what really made waves because it was so darn long. The speech was roughly 2 minutes, which is way more than the strict 45-second slot that the award winners were given. The speech was so long, the wrap-up music played not once, but twice, and Frank savagely told them to turn off the music during his speech. At one point when they started playing the music, he responded, quote, "Really?" and just kept talking. Many online found the long speech hilarious, while others thought it was rude and disrespectful to the other winners. And finally, number 1, The Fly. I'm sure you all remember the viral fly that landed on Mike Pence's head during the VP debate in 2020. Well, the Emmys did not forget it either, and planned a whole sketch around the hilarious moment. In the sketch, the host Cedric released the fly into the wild and told him, quote, "Alright buddy, this is it, do your thing and get out, no shenanigans." But of course, the fly ended up landing on Pence's head, or as he called it, Cloud 9. This joke got backlash for a few reasons, but most people just didn't think it was funny and thought it was way too old of a joke to be used at the 2021 award show. The fly also shouted at one point, quote, "All flies matter," as it flew off, which many found insensitive to the Black Lives Matter movement. Personally, anything that makes me remember any part of 2020 is just something I just do not want to see during an award show. Let's just all forget that year existed. So that's all for the list, guys. Please leave your thoughts below. But before I go, I'm gonna shout out some comments from a video on why Hollywood won't cast Jennifer Lawrence. So Hannah said, "Mother was the only movie that made me almost walk out of a theater. It was like a constant anxiety attack. It was really disturbing." I'm not sure if I saw that one in the theaters or afterwards, but it just was so confusing and so, yeah, like so anxiety inducing. You're just like, what even is happening the whole time? Yeah, did not love it. And Kelly said, "I liked her in a few movies, especially American Hustler, but after I saw her belittling a reporter after an award show, he clearly had trouble speaking English or reading the questions, I went off her. She didn't just make one snarky comment, she continued to be rude and insult him, shows her true nature." Yes, I was going to include that somewhere on the list. I wasn't sure where exactly to include it, but yeah, she's been in multiple scandals like that where she seems like entitled and rude, and it's just, I understand she's trying to be funny some of the time, but sometimes you just shouldn't be. You should just be nice to people. Then Daniela said she definitely got much more roles with much more promotion before Harvey Weinstein went to prison. Yeah, I think that was on that list, or maybe I didn't end up including it, but she got a lot of flack for having a strange connection to Weinstein. People think that she did some deals with Weinstein, that's all I'm gonna say. Very interesting comment, because it's very true. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Alright guys, that's all for the video today. Thanks so much for sticking around. If you made it all the way here, if you liked the video and want to see more, make sure to like and sub to the channel below. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith. Make sure to check us out on social media, and I'll catch you all in the next one.